Hey guys, and welcome to the Wrestlemania 33 predictions from me, Tonka Turn. Well, what a show we have lined up. We have Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. We have the Raw Women's Championship, the Women's Championship, and of course, Roman Reigns versus the Dead Man. Welcome to the Ultimate Thrill Ride. Roll the intro. Okay guys, so let's get into the nitty gritty of the Ultimate Thrill Ride, Wrestlemania 33. So what we'll do, we'll start off with the kickoff show and I'll work my whole way up the card right until the main event. I will go through what controversies I think is going to happen, what I think is going to happen in the match, who's going to retain the titles, everything I will go over absolutely. Well, first off, what I want to do is take some time out to recognise the absolutely awesome show that was NXT TakeOver Orlando last night. I watched it myself. The new titles are absolutely amazing in my opinion, and I think NXT has got a bright future. Obviously with Shinsuke Nakamura, rumoured call up to the main roster. Who knows what's going to happen? What shows he's going on to? We don't know yet. Maybe some of you do. Let me know in the comments what you think. I reckon he's going to be an absolutely amazing addition to any of the two top brands. So let's get on to the kickoff show. First match up is the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match versus Neville, the king of the cruiserweights from my homeland, versus Austin Aries. The build up to this match has been pretty decent, to be honest. The promos that they've cut, it's a shame about the TV time they've got on Raw, but hopefully they get a decent chunk of time on the kickoff show, and I think that Austin Aries might just beat the king of the cruiserweights and remove him from his throne, impeach him as you would say, and claim the cruiserweight championship for himself. I watched Austin Aries in TNA. I reckon he was an awesome champion there. I reckon he's going to make an amazing champion in the WWE. So, for that match, I'm going for an Austin Aries win. The next match is the 2017 Andre the Giant Battle Memorial match. Now, this is always a potluck of who's going to win, but look at the names you got in there. The Big Show, Braun Strowman. You've got the Usos in there. You never know who is going to win this kind of match, but in my opinion, it's going to be down to two competitors, The Big Show and Braun Strowman. I reckon Braun Strowman is going to absolutely annihilate everybody else in the match apart from The Big Show, and it will come down to them two in the middle of the ring for the last two for that match. And I reckon Braun Strowman is going to take away the trophy at the end of the night. So, next match on the kickoff show and the final match, which I don't think should be on the kickoff show, is the Smackdown Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defending her championship against every available woman on the women's division. Now, with this, you don't know what's going to happen. You could get a few surprises, you could get a few controversial decisions, controversial competitors. We saw Naomi come back last week on SmackDown Live. Absolutely amazing for her. And I really wanted her to go into her hometown with the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, but unfortunately that wasn't to be. Alexa Bliss has it, and SmackDown Live has played it amazingly well to word this match very loosely to make sure we can have some controversy and some rumoured appearances. Rumoured appearances from the legends that are Lita, Kelly, Eve, and you never know what's going to happen. But at the end of it, I honestly think Naomi is going to reclaim her title in her hometown of Orlando, Florida. Feel the glow, baby. Feel the glow. So after the kickoff show, we go into the main card. I'm absolutely stoked for WrestleMania. Absolutely going to love it. It's going to be an amazing show. And I just love WrestleMania season, the road to WrestleMania, everything about it. So the first match of the WrestleMania 33 is the Raw Tag Team Championship triple threat match between Luke Gallows, Karl Anderson, Enzo and Big Cass, and Cesaro and Sheamus. Now, Enzo and Big Cass, I say, are one of the best promo cutters since Cena and Dean Ambrose. Enzo Amore has got ability on the microphone. We've seen that all the way from NXT. All the way to now. And I hope they get a chance to run with the Raw Tag Team titles because they do deserve it. They were the best tag team in NXT, and I think they're the best tag team in Raw at the moment. So I see a very good fight, a very good match, but Enzo and Big Cass to walk away with the W and to start a long, long reign with the Raw Tag Team Championships. Now we move on to the Intercontinental Championship between Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin. Wow, this is going to be an all-out street fight, isn't it? Dean Ambrose from the Ambrose Asylum versus Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf. What's going to happen? No one knows. Now, I think Dean Ambrose is going to bring some sort of weapon into this because, he is a bit crazy. He's crazy. And it's just going to be an all-out fight. But I really, really think Ambrose will retain the championship due to Baron Corbin getting disqualified. Because, Ambrose is going to bring in a chair or some sort of crazy weapon, lose it to Baron Corbin, and then Baron Corbin, in a fit of rage, hits him with that foreign object, and Baron Corbin gets disqualified. So, Dean Ambrose to retain the Intercontinental Championship, and I can see that rivalry going further after WrestleMania. But, like I say, just my opinion. Now, moving on to what I will call the Raw main event. Controversial, yes, but the Raw Women's Championship, I think, is better because of the likes of Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, part-timers, but we'll move on to that. I think Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Nia Jax. Now, we all know Sasha Banks is turning heel ever so slightly every week. Is she going to turn on Bayley? Yes. Is Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair going to team up? Yes. I think Bayley is going to get ganged up on by all three competitors, and she is going to get the beatdown of her life. We saw that last week against Nia Jax, but I reckon in this match she's going to get the beatdown of the century at WWE Wrestlemania 33. Now, saying that, I do think she'll retain. Somehow, I don't know how, but she is plucky enough, courageous enough, and brave enough to retain that championship. I think that's going to be one to watch. I think there's going to be a bit of controversy there, but I do think Bayley will retain the championship at WrestleMania. Now we move on to Team Cena and Team Miz. The best cut match, promo-wise, since all of the WrestleMania match came out. This match, ability-wise, isn't going to be up to much. John Cena and The Miz, yeah, fantastic. Main event of WrestleMania a few years ago. But teaming up with their other halves, I think this is going to be a bit of a mismatch. Maryse hasn't wrestled for a while, I don't think. But promo-wise, The Miz and Maryse's sketches on the Total Bellas, I laughed my head off. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic to watch. And I joined John Cena in laughing my head off. And John Cena's epic comeback last on the Go Home show of Smackdown Live, absolutely fantastic. Laid into The Miz verbally. And I thought they were going to come to blows right then and there. But for me, The Miz and Maryse are going to win this because John Cena and Nikki Bella are going off to become part-timers. John Cena with his movie and Nikki with her neck, obviously. She needs a bit of rehab, I think. So, Team Miz to win that one. Looking forward to the match. I reckon it's going to be a good match, but I reckon it's going to be The Miz and Maryse all the way. Now, moving on to the United States Championship. Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. Former best friends. Kevin Owens turned his back on Jericho. Personally, I've always liked Jericho, whether heel or face, whatever. I absolutely love Chris Jericho. One of my all-time favourites. I grew up in the Attitude era, and Chris Jericho was absolutely fantastic. Loved him. So for that, I really hope he puts in a good performance. But we all know he's moving on for his band. So I reckon Kevin Owens will pick up the win somehow. Probably by cheating. Probably Samoa Joe will interrupt. You never know. But Kevin Owens to win that one. It will be a good match. Now, the one I am really looking forward to. Seth Rollins, Triple H, non-sanctioned match. Last week, Seth Rollins signed a hold harmless agreement, which means Triple H can do pretty much whatever he wants. I reckon there's going to be interference from both Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe, because Seth Rollins will not go down, and Triple H will either use a sledgehammer or something to try and cripple Seth Rollins. Looking forward to Triple H's entrance though. His entrances are always cool. One of the most things I am looking forward to is Triple H's entrance. But I think at the end of it, overcome all the odds, Seth Rollins will win that because he deserves it, and he deserves another shot at going to the big time. Now, moving on to a match that I don't really think should have happened, but it's on the card anyways. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. Here comes the money. Shane McMahon always wants a match at WrestleMania ever since he's been back. He got Undertaker last year, and now he gets AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers on the SmackDown Live roster. AJ Styles deserves a better match than this. He is one of the best heels on the SmackDown Live roster, and he's the best technical wrestler on the SmackDown Live roster. And he deserves a better match than this, but it is going to be an all-out fight. Shane McMahon is going to do his trademark crazy stuff. He might climb the roller coaster that they've got set up, or you don't know what to expect with Shane McMahon. But AJ Styles to win at the end of it. Now, moving on to the big three matches. We'll start off with The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. The Roman Empire versus the Dead Man in the battle to determine whose yard it really is. Undertaker, absolutely fantastic. Legend of the wrestling career. Legend of the company. Absolutely fantastic. But Roman Reigns is going to be too much for him. Roman Reigns is just overwhelmingly good. Granted, WWE are trying to make him the face of the company, and everyone's booing him at all the shows, but he is a good wrestler, and I like him, and I tune in to see what he's going to do. But again, that's just my opinion. But I reckon Roman Reigns is going to retire The Undertaker in a spectacular match, which I will think will beat both Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton and Goldberg versus Lesnar for ratings. Because that match is the one I am really, really looking forward to. Just below Seth Rollins versus Triple H. Because I love both Roman Reigns and The Undertaker, and I really, really hope that they have a fantastic match which sends The Undertaker out onto his Hall of Fame next year. You saw it here first. Undertaker, Hall of Famer next year. Mark my words. Then we move on to the SmackDown Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Absolutely fantastic lead up to this match. Fantastic promos. Randy Orton committed arson. How did he get away with that? Yes, we know it's fake, but he still committed arson. Sister Abigail, is she dead? Is she alive? We don't know. But I think that Luke Harper is going to interfere in this match. Bray Wyatt to retain. Very clever from last week what they did in the Go Home show with Luke Harper. I reckon Bray Wyatt's got Luke Harper back under his spell, and he's going to interfere in the match to let Bray Wyatt retain. And at the next pay-per-view, or even on the SmackDown live show after WrestleMania, there'll be a triple threat where Luke Harper will turn on Bray Wyatt and get the WWE Heavyweight Championship. I disagree, because I think Bray Wyatt should be the champion, should be a champion for a very long time, but you know what WWE is like. They always throw a spanner in the works. They never let you see what you want to see. I think they're taking tips from George R.R. Martin from Game of Thrones, but there we go. And now the main event, the WWE Universal Championship, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Now, this match is 2 part-timers. I don't rate it at all. I'm not looking forward to it. I reckon it's going to be another stomp fest by Goldberg. Spear, jackhammer, destroyed. Loved it at Survivor Series. I was shocked. I loved it. Best ending for a while that I've seen. But it's just getting old now. Goldberg constantly beating Brock Lesnar, both in promos and in physical presence. But it's getting old. I reckon Goldberg's going to sign a new contract, even though he's scheduled to be released at the end of Wrestlemania. I don't believe that for an instant. I reckon he is going to sign a new contract and come back. But Goldberg to pick up the title at the end of the night. So there you go, guys. That was my Wrestlemania 33 predictions for the Ultimate Thrill Ride. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Tune into it, watch it on the WWE Network, or if you're in England on Sky Sports Box Office. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments in the description. And enjoy the show. Peace out.